please begin? The hour is 10 to 11. Through the chair, the board wanted me to tell the public we apologize for the time we needed to wait. There were, yeah, right, I wouldn't say that they did it. The public should know that we did rice employees, and is aware of that. They do have a right to be heard, and they do have a right not to be rushed. There are certain items that will be tabled this evening. Mr. Farley, our interim BA, if you could please read those items that will be tabled this evening.
We'll be tabling page 4, letter P, page 14, number 9 and 10.
If you would go slow, hold on.
Starting again. Page 4, letter P, page 14, numbers 9 and 10. Page 27, number 7. Page 28, letter F, number 2.
In addition, there are certain additions to the agenda. There are certain additions to the agenda, not the addendum. Well, there are several addenda to the agenda, which will be put on now. We did get a letter. Excuse me, we did get a letter, this will be added to the agenda. Deborah Coughlin, I'm sorry. We did get a letter from her attorney that she was riced, for what I've been told. She will be resigning as a paraprofessional, that will be under resignations. We also have some, we're doing that, so. You don't know. We also have some news that we discussed in closed session, which is employee related. Marcy Peterzo has been recommended by the superintendent to be the director of guidance, effective July 1, 2011 through June 30, 2012, at a salary of $108,250 per negotiated agreement. We do have a recommendation from the superintendent, Matthew Gray, principal, Clifton Avenue, July 1st through June 30, 2012, MA Step 2, 113,565 per negotiated agreement. We do have a reappointment with Mr. Kelly Williams, assistant principal, Lakewood High School, effective July 1, 2011, terminating June 30, 2012. MA Step 3, 106,159 is the salary per negotiated agreement. The reason why she is making less, she is an assistant principal. The other two, or the other one. Miguel Rivera, who I believe was here, clap please. Shrewsbury School, effective July 1st, 11 through June 30, 2012. MA Step 2, 113,565 per negotiated agreement. Janet Hendry, LDTC, effective July 1st, 2011, terminating June 3rd. 30th, 2012, MA 30, Step 10, 60,102, includes 10%, stipend 819, pending negotiations. Shani Nyman, special education teacher, effective July 1, 2011, terminating June 3rd, 2012. Salary will be the next step from her present salary.
No,
I said that wrong. I'm sorry. That was just as I said. Thank you, Carol. We're going to miss you. What did I want to say? I want to say for the 11-12 year pending negotiation. I'm sorry. Sorry. I will get it right. Did I say something wrong?
No. Let's make a clarification. I believe in the back you also agreed to table page 20B, number 2.
We have that. He read that. Letter F2.
You got it so fast.
Letter F2.
Yeah.
And that was.
And also as well to table page 18, number 21.
Okay, let's just look at page 18. That wasn't read. You're right. Page 18.
21.
Number 21. Please hold. Number 21, Ms. Silva. We're tabling 1821. Ms. Silva agreed. We are tabling that for now.
Thank you.
Is that right, Ms. Silva?
Yes.
Okay. May I continue? Mr. President. Mr. President. May I continue? There's an addendum, Margaret O'Connor, teacher. She will be a teacher at L.G. Clark, effective September 1st, 2011, terminating June 30, 2012. Salary, MA Step 18, $61,750, pending negotiations. Approval for an ESL summer camp for public school children, effective summer 2011, $40 per hour, funded by 21st Century, one site coordinated for 90 hours, 4 teachers for 81 hours each. Approved to operate Apex Learning Credit Recovery Program for public school students with 100 seats. Cost of program $14,500, paid through Title I hour funds. Approval of Apex Credit Recovery for the summer from July 5th through August 5th, 2011, Monday through Friday, 8 to 12, 7 teachers at $40 per hour, for a total amount of $26,640 to be paid through Title I funds, with the superintendents and assistant superintendent who are both vital to this operation. This Apex is for the summer. Apparently there are students in the high school who cannot go to the next grade or cannot graduate. There will be word sent out to all these parents within the next week that, and students, that there will be Apex ability to get credits in the summer, so you can move to the next grade if you qualify and if you take the right courses. And then there is the recommendation, approval to disqualify the NEGBA bus company for 3 school years pursuant to New Jersey Administrative Code 6827-9.10 and the decision of the New Jersey Department of Education County Superintendent Mr. Thomas Dowd, May 23, 2011. That is being recommended by Mr. Gus Kakavakis, Transportation Consultant. He did write a memo May 25, 2011. And then there's a motion to amend, it's an addendum, I'm sorry, not a motion, to amend the 2011-12 preschool plan and the 2010-11 preschool plan to include transportation. This is the public preschool program, as well to expand it for costs contained therein. Those are the addendum, Madam Superintendent, Madam Assistant Superintendent, and Sir President. And now, are there minutes from the last meeting? I guess that's what we're up to. There are no minutes. Okay, Mr. Chairman, I've got my card. You would need a motion, sir, under Robert's rules to do that.
Chair, I move
You move to
to
do
vote on the agenda as well as the amendment.
There needs to be a second,
I'll second.
and there needs to be a roll call.
Mr. Fink.
Yes. Discussion first. Any discussion?
Any discussion?
1 second.
The amendment has to be separate.
Right now, the motion is to go out of turn and discuss or to vote on the agenda as amended. Do you not want to go out of turn?
No, we're doing without the agenda.
No, with the amendment.
No, with the agenda.
Okay. Now you may call.
Roll call. Mr. Fink.
Yes.
Mr. Friedman.
He's not here.
Mr. Greenspan. No. Mrs. Micchio.
Oh, Freeman is here.
Freeman.
The record should reflect Mr. Freeman came from work at 5 to 11. No one.
Mr. Seidler. Mr. Silver. Mr. Silver. Mr. Tibbs.
We're voting on the addendum.
No, you're just voting to go out of turn. That's all you're voting on.
Yes.
Mr. Grunhart. Motion passed.
Now you're voting if you want to vote on the agenda. You've now gone out of turn. Now you need to vote if you want to vote.
I'd like to move on the agenda without the agenda.
Okay, what is, you'd like to move? I'm sorry, we just can't hear you now.
I said I would like to move on the agenda without the agenda.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second. Any discussion? No noted, roll call. Mr. Fink?
What are they, excuse me, so you've missed some of this over the years. Are you voting, is that motion to vote yes or no or to abstain? What are we voting on, Mr. Seiler?
The agenda.
And that means
We're doing the addendums right afterwards, one by one.
you're voting on a yes vote means yes, you agree with the agenda. A no means no, you don't agree.
However, my motion doesn't mean how I'm voting.
That's correct. So now we have a roll call.
I think you want to pull off the vote for the addendum.
We already did that. We're just voting on the agenda, sir. Could you please? Yes means you're voting. Yes means if you want to. I'm just trying. Yes, you're voting for the agenda as written, as taken off things. No means no. I'm just trying to explain. Without the agenda.
Roll call. Mr. Fink?
Yes.
Mr. Friedman?
Yes.
Mr. Greenspan?
Yes.
Mrs. Spicchio?
Yes.
Mr. Seidel? I'm voting yes, except for page...
Just go slow, please.
No, not that many this time. Page 4, item L. Just item L, Mr. Seidel. Just item L on page 4, and the rest is fine. Mr. Silver?
Yes, go to page 21, G. And that's it.
Noted. Mr. Tiff?
Page 4, no to L.
Is that all, Mr. Tiff?
Stand by. Page 4, no to L. Okay, that's it. No to L on page 4. Everything else, yes.
Mr. Grunhart?
Yes.
Agenda passed.
Do you want to discuss the addendum or do you not? What is your pleasure, board, as to the addendum? That was said nicely.
This is what happens when you have a meeting at 10 o'clock at night. If I have any time. Sorry.
Excuse me. All right, we prepare, respectfully, would you like to discuss the addendum?
Are we moving the meeting along? Mr. President, what's going on?
You took time enough.
You get upset with me, remember that charge? I'm not doing charge. I'll ask again, is there any movement on the agenda?
How many addendums are there? Michael?
I think Carol, sir.
Wait, hold up. Here's the budget.
That's still a problem like the last time.
No meeting. There appears to be about 10.
How many persons?
One. Excuse me, I can't hear, she can't hear.
Michael, how many personnel?
One, Deborah Coughlin, resigned. Terza, we read, is Marcy. Director, Matthew Gray. Principal, Kelly Williams. Assistant principal, Miguel Rivera. Principal, Janet Hendry, LDTC. Margaret O'Connor. And Mrs. Neiman.
How many is that?
I don't, 1 minute, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Let's vote. Let's make a motion to vote on the personnel once all 8 together.
As previously described, when I read that before.
Yes.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call. Mr. Fink?
I voted yes on all of them except no on O'Connor.
Mr. Friedman?
I'm going to vote yes on all, and I'm going, except for I'm going to abstain on the negative addendum.
That wasn't read, so only personnel.
Sorry, I was misinformed.
Yeah, not my eye, I didn't read that.
Okay, I vote yes on everything.
Thank you.
Mr. Greenspan? Yes. Mrs. Micchio? Mr. Seidler?
Yes, and no on O'Connor.
Mr. Silver?
I vote yes and no to Ms. O'Connor.
Mr. Tiff?
Mike, let me understand something, Mr. Straight. Now, the only thing that we're voting for is the addendums that you read earlier.
That's right, we're not voting.
Just the
Right.
personnel
He
addendum.
asked me, right, Tracy?
Yes, I'm asking.
Only the personnel, nothing stuck in there as far as I know.
The answer is yes.
Thank you.
Mr. Brunham?
Yes.
Motion passed.
Okay, Mr. President, are you instructing me to do other addendum or no?
Separately.
Separately, I lost one. Okay. Approve the ESL summer camp for public school children and the 2 APEX for public school children. I read the terms before. Do I need to read them again, Mr. President?
No.
No.
We do one at a time, right?
Well, do you want...
Or 3 though, right?
Well, it's the ESL summer camp. I read the terms before. It's the APEX for the year. It's the APEX for the summer. And I read that before. Do you want me to read that again?
No.
So is there a motion to pass those 3 items?
Yes.
And who made the first, Tracy?
Yes.
Second?
Fink.
Is there a second?
Yes, I.
Second by Mr. Seiler. Is there discussion?
Roll call. Mr. Fink?
Yes.
Mr. Friedman?
Yes.
Mr. Greenspan?
Yes.
Mrs. Micchio?
Yes.
Mr. Seidler?
Yeah.
Mr. Silver?
Yes.
Mr. Tiff?
Yes.
And Mr. Grunbaum?
Yes.
Thank you. Motion passed.
Am I instructed to continue?
Yeah, how do you feel about it?
I believe I just have one. Shall I read what was typed?
Correct.
Approval to disqualify the Negba Bus Company for 3 school years. Oh, excuse me. Before we get to that, there was the other one. The amendment to, sorry, I apologize. To amend the 11-12 preschool plan and the 10-11 preschool plan to include transportation and expenses for expansion as was discussed. Is there a motion?
Yes.
Mr. Seiler, is there a second?
Yes.
Mr. Grana, is there discussion? Seeing none.
Roll call. Mr. Fink?
Yes.
Mr. Friedman?
Yes.
Mr. Greenspan?
Yes.
Mrs. Smicchio?
Yes.
Mr. Seidler?
Yes.
Mr. Silver?
Yes.
Mr. Tiff?
Yes.
Mr. Grunbaum?
Yes.
Motion passed.
Shall I continue, Mr. President?
Yes.
I believe this is the last addendum that I was given. Is that right? Approval to disqualify the Negba Bus Company for 3 school years pursuant to New Jersey Administrative Code 6827-9.10 and the decision of the NJDOE Executive County Superintendent, Mr. Thomas Dowd, May 23, 2011, in addition to the recommendation of Mr. Gus Kapavaka as Transportation Consultant as contained in part of his May 25, 2011 memorandum.
Do we have a motion?
Yes.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yes, I'd like discussion. We received the information. Mike, can I talk about the information we received about the bus company, about it being unsafe for the kids?
Let me just process, please. The bus company is not an employee. You want to discuss?
Or it would be better to have Mr. Gus explain.
I think Mr. Gus, the transportation person, should discuss.
Is he still here, Mike?
He's right by me. The reason for his recommendation. Where's his memo? He wrote a memo. Here's your memo.
This memo was written by myself on May 25th, and it concerns the Negba decision. I have reviewed the Executive County Superintendent's decision regarding Negba's qualification to continue school bus service for Lakewood. Pursuant to the Board's request, this hearing was conducted to determine if the extraordinary number of complaints and service/safety issues that were so much a part of the 2010-2011 Negba landscape warranted this company's exclusion from our list of qualified service providers. Again, pursuant to the Board's express desire to avoid a repeat of the abundant and frequent serious complaints that flooded my department and your office, I was charged to remedy this problem. Over the last few weeks, 2 serious complaints have arisen that included typhus intervention on one and a serious safety violation with a bus on another. After numerous discussions with the owner of Negba, the only assurance that I was able to receive regarding these past problems that they would not return was his word. I have serious concerns that Negba may again overbook the resources available to them, and we will find ourselves in the same situation we were in for the first 6 months of the 2010-2011 school year. With all this in mind, I am requesting that the Board, through resolution, direct me to not renew any contracts currently in force with Negba and to rebid all the routes currently serviced by Negba. Furthermore, this resolution should state that based on our past experience and the Executive County Superintendent's decision, Negba will be considered disqualified and therefore ineligible to bid on any Lakewood routes for 3 full school years ending on 2013-2014. Time is of the essence due to the extended lead time required for new contractors to secure additional buses and trained personnel. signed it myself.
Thank you.
So there was a motion, I believe, in a second to accept that motion. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Is there any other discussion?
Can I make a motion to table this or no?
Well, you can't do, let me just get this right.
Just so that we can review the facts?
We've already reviewed the facts. We've already reviewed it.
Some of the new board members would like to review the facts before shutting down a very, very large company that has served Lakewood for the last couple of years.
I understand that, but the history is fine, but the safety is more important to the students and to the kids who ride those buses. History is great. I love history. But safety to me is more important, and it should be the utmost important to people on this board as well.
100% agree, Mr. Dick. But I would like still 3 weeks to review the facts.
That's too much time. A lot of things can happen in 3 weeks. These buses are unsafe.
Mr. Attorney, we're in the middle of a motion here. We're discussing a new motion in the middle of a...
Well, let me suggest this, Mr. Board Member. There is the right to have a discussion, not to do a new motion, but to have a discussion. So I interpreted Mr. Friedman.
All I was doing was asking a question.
Right.
Am I allowed to make a motion to table this, to give us time to review the facts?
Not in the middle of a second. You can express your concern and your dismay and your feelings, but to make a motion, I just have to think that a second. What? Thank you.
Because my motion is a direct contradiction to the initial motion.
You can vote no. You can vote no, and then you can make a motion after this.
Oh, okay, fine.
So, where are we up to?
No discussion.
We're in the middle of discussion.
I have a question too. One question is why 3 years, Gus? 1 year? Yeah, 24 this month. And the second question is, I understand safety, but it's for 3 weeks, and they're going to be busing anyway until June 30th. So, it won't make a difference now or 3 weeks. It's still busing.
That's correct, Mr. President. The actions we're taking now concern the July 1st going forward.
And why 3 years as opposed to 1 year?
The statute, the way that the administrative code is written, it permits us to do this for a maximum of 3 years in order to provide the Lakewood children a maximum level of protection and assurance of quality transportation, and to give this company a chance to regroup and provide evidence that they are qualified to drive our children. I feel that the full 3 years are required.
Through the microphone or all comments? Go ahead, Mr. Greenspan.
Why can't we do 1 year and at the end of 1 year have another review to see if they are capable at the end of 1 year of reoperating the company? The question had nothing to do with safety for now. The question had to do with at the end of 1 year, can we do a review? Can we do a review after 1 year? Not do for 3 years. Can we put it now as 1 year and do a review to allow them, whether or not we allow them to rebid at that point?
Absolutely not.
Let me answer with Mr. Gus. The statute is clear, the code is clear. Mr. Gus is making a recommendation. Can he do it for 1 year? He can do it for 1 year. He could do it for 30 days. He could do it for 2 years. He can't do it for more than 3 years. That is none of us, at least I'm not qualified to talk about how long it should be, because I'm just the lawyer. The board members are late. Stop that, Mr. Proctor. I want to see if you're still up. As far as board members, they have a right to ask questions. Why are you saying for 3 as opposed to 1 is a legitimate question. Do you have an answer you'd like to give?
I would like to say something, please.
Sorry.
Through the chair.
Yes.
Mr. Greenspan, in all due respect, I think you should not pass any comments on this subject and let the rest of the board take care of this.
I agree.
I think you should recuse yourself from the vote.
Well, anyway, the question has been asked, and I answered that question. I was the first one to ask the question, why 3 and not 1? So, but Gus, now you can answer me and I'm Mr. Greenspan.
Order.
Mr. President, I'll just repeat what I had said earlier, that the statute, the way it is written in administrative code, provides the Board of Education with a maximum time period of disqualification of 3 years. I feel that the magnitude, the volume, and the disruption to the lives of the children and the parents in this district that was experienced over the last year warrants a full 3-year interim for this company to regroup and to demonstrate to the people of Lakewood and to the Board of Education that they are both qualified and deserving of the trust of this good Board of Education to continue being a qualified vendor. So therefore, I think the 3 years is necessary. And to answer the question about shutting down a business, we are talking strictly about Lakewood. What happens in Lakewood has no bearing on this company's ability to do work for other districts. They will have the same avenue of remedy that Lakewood pursued in our problems with this company. And I think that we send a message to all companies that service Lakewood children that we are watching, we are carefully considering the level of service they are providing to our children, and our children deserve no less than the best and highest quality of service and safety.
Order, we have some comments, excuse me.
One quick question. When you terminate somebody's present contracts and then not allow them to rebid for 3 full years, and you have a company that's running with, they have 100 buses that, or what, I don't know how many buses they have, but probably over 100
Well, how many
buses.
routes do they have? Let's get the numbers.
95 routes are currently being done by Network for Lakewood.
So when you take a bus company that has 95 routes and you terminate them, and then you don't allow them to rebid for 3 years, are you ultimately shutting down that company? That's not our problem.
I am not, in all due respect, Mr. Freeman, please don't take this the wrong way.
Right.
We're not here about shutting or opening bus companies. Please.
Just one more question. How many, besides for these 2 safety violations, how many safety violations were there prior?
More than 400 reported incidents.
Is that good enough?
Which were presented at a county.
You maybe misunderstood my question, Mr. Inzabov. How many reported safety incidents were there prior to these incidents in the last 5 years that it was operating?
It doesn't matter.
We'll have to, we can take an adjournment and Mr. Gus and I can go up and look and count the safeties.
You would share, Mike. I just want to get the facts straight before we shut.
All right,
Facts are unsafe bus. That's the fact. Unsafe bus companies. One violation.
Ma'am, please, I beg of you. Please.
We're begging to say what we have to say too.
Okay.
We've been here long enough.
I think it'll save our time plus an hour.
No, we're not going to do this. We're not. Is there any more questions? No?
Yes, Mike, also keep in mind too, or I have to remind the
We
board,
just can't hear you now.
the ones that do know, is that during the time when Mr. Gus filed the paperwork with the state to move on this bus company, between that time and this time, they have not improved their complaint level. So it has not gotten better since they had their hearing with us into the time to
Mr. Tracy?
Is that correct?
No. Can I suggest this, and I'm not here to make friends. The board has taken action. We have been here for many months. The vendor was here twice at hearings. The board requested that Gus, Patty, the administration, and myself go the route of a county hearing. We went to a county hearing. The NAGPA bus company was at the county hearing. The NAGPA bus company was afforded every opportunity to present any defense and anything they wanted. There was a hearing. There was a decision. The decision, which I can dig out of my box, says what it says. You all got it, new and old board members. It's a public document. Now, we did get a complaint today, a legal complaint filed by his lawyer appealing that decision. And also paragraph 7 from memory speaks about that if we do this tonight, we will be sued too. What's new? The fact is that the county, and this is what was said at the hearing, has never seen such an extensive display of less than favorable driving, or less than favorable service. That is a paraphrase, is that all right? Mr. Gus was there, Ms. Patty Goodell was there, Ms. Silva was there, I was there. So, again, I hope this is not personal, but I don't know how much more documentation the board is asking us to gather. Again, but the question you asked, Tracy, is he better or worse since then? I don't believe anyone's analyzed, is the bus company better or worse? But now that you asked that, Mr. Gus can tell you, if you want, Mr. Gus can tell, it's amazing. Mr. Gus can tell you, as he has, that several incidents, is he better, worse? I don't think you're prepared to answer better or worse, are you?
Can we please vote on this?
What do you want?
Roll call vote. Mr. Fink. That's correct.
I vote yes.
Mr. Friedman.
I will abstain.
Mr. Greenspan.
I will have to abstain.
Mrs. Micchio.
Yes.
Mr. Seidler.
Yes.
Mr. Silver.
Yes.
Mr. Tift.
Yes.
Mr. Grunhut.
Abstain.
Motion passed.
Ms. Silva did ask that we have one more addendum to approve the Strengthen Families program, to approve program designed to foster and strengthen relationship between parents/guardians and adolescents, to be ran by the Institute for Prevention, July 7th to August 18th, but at no cost to the district, to be held at Lakewood High School.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Is there a second? It's a program.
Yeah, I'll second.
Second. Can we roll?
Any discussion? No. Roll call. Mr. Fink.
Yes.
Mr. Friedman.
Yes.
Mr. Greenspan.
Yes.
Mrs. Micchio.
Yes.
Mr. Seidler.
Yes.
Mr. Silver.
Yes.
Mr. Tiff.
Yes.
Mr. Grunhut.
Yes.
Motion passed.
I believe we've covered all addendum.
Through the chair, Mike, before we end.
Sorry.
Yes, I just want to make a motion to renew Dr. McCoy's contract.
Second. I don't know if we could legally make that motion as you recommended by the superintendent, but I
Made
said
a motion, she can decide what she wants to do, right?
Well then, wait a minute.
I think that needs to be tabled. I think we're putting people on the spot, which is not right. And after the closed discussion, I think that's a poor decision on the board's part.
Why, you can't vote on it?
You just can't vote on it?
I'd like to know where you stand.
Yes. So would I.
I'd like to know.
Just a yes or no, we're fine, you know, I just put it on the floor.
Let's do.
You can vote no.
Well,
Let's even have some background.
well, let me. Ma'am, you can come sit here also after you go to law school. The facts is as follows.
I want to see where y'all stand on this. Come on. I want to see where you guys stand on this now.
I'll tell you where I stand. We got a superintendent. I like to stand behind my superintendent. That's where I stand.
Well, you are the board.
And that's exactly where.
You are the board. I want to see where you stand on it.
That's what I told him.
Please.
Puppet.